Hey Virgo, welcome to your weekly forecast for March 4th through the 10th. This is going to be a general reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, focusing on how the new moon and Mercury retrograde and Uranus shift are going to be affecting Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the areas of career, finance, personal relationships, spiritual growth, all that good stuff, everything except for love. I'm keeping the love reading separate from now on. So if you're looking for a love video reading, you can click on the link in the description of this video after you watch this one if you would like for the love readings. Okay, this is going to be all the other important areas of life. So we're going to see what is going on. What is going on for Virgo? Alright, it's your Monday, Tuesday. Alright, my lovelies, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday, I guess there's your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It flipped over. It wanted to come out and say hi. After we look at these cards, I'm going to pick an angel message, spirit message from a different oracle deck. So Virgo, oopsie, starting off in the beginning of the week, we have 8 of air. I will zoom in on the cards so you can see the lovely image. We have 8 of air as we're coming into the beginning of the week for Virgo. 8 of air is a very, very powerful card. It has a powerful message, and I really love the way that the artist in this deck expressed the message of the card. 8 of air is when we feel really stuck, we feel really trapped, but the card is trying to say we're not really trapped. So here in this card, we see this angel, and she's on this cloud, and she's kind of looking over the cloud very nervously. She's not sure how she's going to get down. It looks like there may be water underneath her, and she just doesn't know where she can possibly land. And these feathers are falling, and it's like scary and creepy and ominous. But the feathers are kind of falling as a reminder to say, hey, do feathers make you think of anything? Do they make you think of maybe the billion zillion feathers that are in your wings that are on your back that can fly you away from this cloud and fly you over this water? So it's almost like it's a reminder of the ability that she has to get out of this situation. She already has what she needs to get out of the situation. She doesn't need somebody to step in and to rescue her. So 8 of air is letting us know that we might be feeling stuck or trapped, but we're not really stuck or trapped. So the fact that you have this card coming up in the beginning of the week makes me feel like a lot of you Virgos, or at least the Virgos that end up finding this video and watching it, are experiencing the Pisces new moon in a little bit of a frustrating way, and it doesn't have to be that way. That's the message here. The Pisces new moon is causing us to really open up the heart chakra and to be ready to receive, like to realize that we want more, to realize that we deserve it, and to be ready to accept it. But maybe for some of you Nergos, what's a Nergo? Maybe for some of you Virgos, I'm like intoxicated. I'm drunk from like doing readings. I'm reading drunk. I'm tarot drunk tonight, guys. I'm sorry. It's been a lot of readings lately. So, for some of you Virgos, because you've had these difficult experiences, you may have had a lot of disappointments, maybe things didn't go to plan, and so now that you're like, oh yeah, I'm ready to receive, there may still be that part of you that feels like, okay, but here's the reasons why it can't happen for me, or here's the reasons why it's not going to work out for me. There's a massive garbage truck driving past my window. I don't know if you can hear this, I'm recording, but my whole school of reading is that any outside interference that comes into the reading is a message. So some of you are realizing there's some trash or some garbage that needs to be moved out of the way, and maybe you feel like, well, I can't have this thing that I'm wanting. My heart is ready to receive, but I can't receive because I've got this mess in my lap right now. 8 of air is letting you know that you have power to do something about it. You're not necessarily just completely and totally powerless in the circumstance. And that step by step, one day at a time, things can be cleared and you can make room. And this thing that you're wanting to manifest can come in a lot sooner than you realize. a lot faster than you realize. You're forgetting that you've got those wings, my dear. Okay, so that's the message from Spirit for you in the beginning of the week. Your Wednesday, Thursday card is Ace of Fire. So this is taking action. It's coming out of that being stuck, being trapped, being afraid, looking over the cloud, like, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? I'm scared. It's breaking out of that energy and being ready to seize the moment, being ready to seize some opportunity. So midweek, an opportunity is presenting itself to you, whether it's the possibility of a new job or a move, or a business venture or a relationship or an opportunity to take a trip or to see family or an invitation to something, whatever it may be, some opportunity is presenting itself to you midweek, and you're being encouraged to grab it and to take it and to run with it. Another message with Ace of Fire is basically that something is going to be successful or unsuccessful depending on what we make of it. So whatever this opportunity is, if it's going to be worth our time or not, kind of depends on what we do with it. It depends on the energy that we put into it, okay? The thing that's happening here is that I think that for a lot of you, the universe is throwing you a gift of an experience that has to do with something that you're passionate about, that you're excited about. And so I think that for a lot of you, you're coming back into your fire, you're coming back into your groove, you're coming back into being able to be excited about something. Maybe it's been a long time since you've been excited about anything, Virgo, but the universe is giving you some opportunity to just kind of get back into some old interest or hobby or love of yours that maybe you haven't been able to do in a long time, okay? Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is 7 of Fire. Lots of fire for you this week. And my little T-Rex arms are short. I'm sorry, I keep dropping cards. But you've got the 7 of Fire coming up for you in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 7 of Fire is about overcoming an obstacle. Like, you beat out the competition, you got the positive recognition, you had the victory, and now you're holding your ground. You're staying on top of the mountain, you're staying king of the hill. One of the feelings that I get with 7 of Fire, although it's not really shown by the art in this deck, sometimes I feel with 7 of Fire, what's happening is people are seeing you successful, or people are seeing that you pulled yourself out of a difficult situation, and that you maybe are above other people, not above in that sense that you're better than them, but you've been able, like, to get a little bit farther than them. And so in some ways, sometimes we become a target, and people maybe want to knock us off of our position because they want to be standing where we're standing. So maybe some of you got like a promotion at work, or you're about to get a promotion, and people are hating and they're trying to knock you down so they can be where you are. It could be friends or family who are being toxic or who are being negative. It could be just somebody who sadly doesn't want to see you happy and feels like you're doing well, and they want to knock you down a few pegs, so they're being insulting or catty or rude in some way. But the message with 7 of Fire is that you're going to be able to hold your ground. You're going to be able to stay in your position. Nobody can move you. Typically, 7 of Fire lets you know you have the vantage point. You have, you have a really good position that people are not going to be able to, infiltrate or knock you off of. So you can be secure in yourself, and you can be secure in the successes that you've been calling in. I feel intuitively another message with this card is, remember how I was saying with that 8 of Air in the beginning, some of you had these hopes or these dreams, but you were so afraid to hope in them because of disappointments that you have had, right? So some of you might be looking at your life right now, and you might be realizing that, hey, you know what, Virgo, things have gotten a little bit better, things have improved, but man, what if it's temporary? What if it falls apart? What if I'm really unlucky? What if I have bad luck and I'm just not meant to have good times, and the good times that I have now are gonna, just go to crap any minute? Seven of Fire is letting you know that that's not the case. You know, you don't have to worry about that. You're solid. You're solid. And this, to me, confirms the energy also of the Uranus energy coming into Taurus. And I know it sounds really like, you know, snooty or like bougie or like pretentious that I'm pronouncing that planet in that way. It just sounds a lot more polite than to say it the other way. Uranus coming into Taurus is bringing in very stable energy. And that energy that's coming in is going to last the next 7 years or so. So it's very firmly planted energy. Whatever you're working on, whatever you're creating, whatever seeds you're planting, they're going to be able to take root, and they're going to be able to last you through the next decade, or maybe even potentially longer, with that energy. So it's being able to hold on to your ground. You know, you've got you got yourself firmly planted. You're not going to be knocked over easily, right? So that's a positive message. Let's pull your angel message card, your spirit message from the oracle deck, and see what's coming up. And I always say this every week, guys. Make sure that you check out your moon sign and rising sign video, because some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than your sun sign video. But even if the sun sign video resonated with you, watching your moon sign and rising sign videos can bring you a little extra information having to do with your situation. So it's a little bit more like a private reading or personal reading, even though they're general readings, because it's the information having to do with the energies that are affecting you personally right now, depending on your planetary makeup, your planetary positions. All right, so let's see what your angel message is for the week ahead for Virgo. Okay, you all have my home is my castle. Okay, this is number 39. My home is my castle. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. I'm like losing my voice. Thank you for like watching anyway. Dealing with my coughing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm usually not a cougher like that in the videos. So this is a card about experience of life, growth, knowledge, age. Maybe some of you Virgos are like thinking about getting older. Maybe some of you are sad or you're feeling old. But I feel like Spirit is asking you not to look at any of that like in a negative way, but rather to see what you've been able to build for yourself in the meantime. And to be able to see what you've been able to accomplish in the meantime. So apparently the creator of this deck wants us to know that that castle that the woman is holding is supposed to be symbolic of her soul. Okay? I know you might think, how is that? Why? Like, why is the castle a symbol of the soul? This is the way that this creator saw it. This is the way this artist saw it. So we're going to go with it. So that castle is supposed to be symbolic of her soul. And so inside of it, it's the walls that are, you know, keeping her soul together with memories and thoughts and knowledge and feelings. And the older she gets, you know, the more the fortress of her life grows. And that this is something that she can turn to that helps her in times of pain. Okay, it gives her a sense of foundation. It helps her to understand who she truly is as she goes through her journey. All right, so that's the symbolism here that the creator of the deck wanted to bring into it. If I look at the card intuitively, the way that I see it and the way that I read it and the message that I am receiving is that, you know, sometimes we go through life really hungry for somebody who's going to complete us, and or something that's going to complete us. And so we might think that, okay, well, if I'm like a millionaire, I'm going to feel complete. And if that doesn't work, and then so like maybe we're drinking or doing drugs or having a ton of sex or looking for like the perfect relationship or the perfect person to love us in the perfect way, whatever it might be, we start looking for something that's going to make us feel less alone, and that's going to give us a sense of belonging and give us a sense of stability and give us a sense of home. And we may go through life in this journey, constantly looking for these things to fill the void, and they don't fill the void. They just don't. And at some point, we have this realization that the home we're looking for is us. Okay, at some point we realize that nobody can complete us but us. And we realize that home is not necessarily a certain state or a certain city or even another person. That home is us. That where we are is home. We are home within ourselves, right? To be in that energy. Like each person is their own little island. Each person is their own little sovereign territory. So that's kind of what I feel when I look at this card, when I look at the picture, when I look at the image, right? Like she's her empire, she's her kingdom, she's her castle, and nobody can take that away. Nobody can take that away. So I feel some of you Virgos are coming into a sense of completeness or a sense of wholeness in that way. That's just my 2 cents. Feel free to pause the video and stare at the picture and look for things that jump out to you or things that are meaningful for you in different ways, and come up with your own meaning for it. Come up for what it means to you. Okay, there's really no wrong answer. So again, watch your moon sign and rising sign videos for like more detailed info. Some of you may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do. The Calendly link is in the description of the video to schedule. The only thing, unfortunately, guys, and please don't be mad at me, don't yell at me, I'm booked until May. I don't have any openings or availabilities before then, other than for my Patreon people who are already signed up and they have their monthly readings. I don't have anything before May right now. And I know that might be a long time to wait. I don't blame you guys if you don't want to wait that long. I don't blame you guys if you go to another reader in the meantime. But I am going to also commit to doing weekly pick a card readings for you guys, because even though it's not a one-on-one reading with me, it's a little bit more personal, a little bit more individualized than the weekly general readings like this one, because at least there's different options and your energy is picking the option that you're gravitating towards. So it's a little bit more personal for your energy. So those are going to keep coming weekly. And I'm still going to do the weekly forecasts, the monthly love reading, the mid-month love reading. All those videos will keep coming. So if you hit subscribe and hit notification, you'll get a notice every time the new videos are up. I'm still going to do the daily card on social media, and I'm still going to do the pick a card on social media also. So those will still be up as well. And I thank you guys for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. And I want to thank some of you who've just been awesome little angels in helping me out. I want to let you know that I have noticed you and I do appreciate you. I try really hard to keep this channel positive. And when you're a light worker, there's always going to be negative people that want to come in and like poop on everything. And so I do see sometimes people come in with really nasty comments towards some of you. Like I've seen some of you being bullied. I've seen some of you having people like attacking what you wrote. I see some people come in and talking trash about your sign. And I try to be really quick about flagging those comments, blocking those people, and removing them from the channel. And sometimes they come on and they say mean things to me, and I try to block them and remove them and not get into arguments or let them cause arguments with any of you. But the last few times it's been so busy with readings that I'll see the comment and I can't get to it right away. So by the time I'm able to finish the readings or whatever, so I can get on to handle it, I have logged on a few times and the comment was gone because one of you lovely people already beat me to it. You already flagged it. You already reported it. YouTube already removed it from the channel. And I thank you for doing that, especially since nobody asked you to do that. So I appreciate you for not getting pulled into arguments with these people, not letting them pull you down to their lower energy. And I appreciate you for keeping a very positive space for your fellow viewers, your fellow subscribers, you know, in just keeping this beautiful, clear energy. And I pray that that love and support and positive energy that you're putting out for me and for this channel, that you get it back for you, that you receive it back tenfold. And even if you haven't reported any negative people or blocked any negative people, I still appreciate you for being here, and I still appreciate you for letting me be part of your journey. And I love you guys, and I thank you for being here. I really, really do. So I'm wishing you a happy new moon, and I am wishing you a wonderful week. Till next video, my friends.